Success, it seems, is a dance we all wish to master, a rhythm of choices, habits, and mindsets that shape our lives. But let me ask you this. Is success merely about what you do, or could it be equally about what you never do? Imagine for a moment a painter who begins with a blank canvas, not by layering on colors, but by knowing precisely what shades to leave untouched. This is the artistry of the truly successful. They understand the power of restraint as much as they embrace action. Tonight, we won't merely uncover what successful people achieve. We'll delve into the pitfalls they avoid, the missteps they sidestep, and the traps they refuse to fall into. Sit with me, and let's walk through these revelations one by one, not as a lecture, but as a journey. And who knows? You might just see yourself in these words, holding the key to transform not just your days, but your destiny. Close your eyes, if you will, and picture a mountain, a towering, unyielding peak cloaked in mist. At its base stand a crowd of people, all eager to ascend. Some rush upward, carried by enthusiasm, but no plan. Others linger, weighed down by fear. But amidst them is a figure who moves with purpose, clarity, and calm. This person has no burden of regret, no hesitation, no unnecessary weight to carry. This is success in motion, not just a climb, but a knowing. And in that knowing, certain things are left behind. The first truth is this: successful people never dwell in the prison of self-pity. When the rains come, and they always do, they don't sit by the window counting the raindrops of misfortune. No, they step out, face the storm, and dance. They don't ask, why me, but instead, what now? They have learned that life isn't a guarantee. It's an opportunity. Every setback is simply another chance to realign, recalibrate, and rise. But let's not stop there. There's another trait that sets them apart. They never cling to bitterness. How easy it is when hurt comes knocking to let it unpack and settle in your heart. Resentment, though, is a thief that robs you of peace. Successful people know that forgiveness is not about freeing the other person, it's about freeing themselves. They let go, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary for the soul to breathe. And here's something remarkable. They never fear failure. To the untrained eye, failure is the end of the road, a brick wall that blocks the way. But to the successful, failure is just a bend in the path, a teacher disguised in disappointment. They fall, yes, but they rise with lessons etched in their spirit. They wear their scars not as marks of shame, but as proof of courage. Do you feel the rhythm now? Success isn't a single act, it's a symphony. And in this symphony, successful people never waste time on things they cannot control. They understand that life will throw curveballs, situations that are wild and unpredictable. But rather than wringing their hands, they focus on their response. The wind may howl, but they anchor themselves in calm, knowing their strength lies in how they face the storm. He is awakened them. I say, calm, please. The family is done. And here's a thought that may surprise you. Successful people never compare their journey to someone else's. Oh, how tempting it is to measure our steps against another's. But the truly wise understand that envy is a road with no destination, a hollow pursuit that leaves you empty. They run their own race, knowing that the only person they must outdo is the one they were yesterday. Now let's speak of dreams, for they are the lifeblood of success. Yet successful people never chase dreams without action. They know that a dream, no matter how beautiful, is powerless without movement. They set goals, craft plans, and take steps, big or small, each day. They understand that dreams are not wishes whispered to the stars, but seeds planted in the soil of persistence. Pause for a moment, and let's turn our gaze inward. Successful people never allow fear to be their master. Or fear is there, it always is, but they don't let it drive the carriage. They move forward despite its whispers. knowing that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to act in its presence. There's more, much more. Successful people never neglect their own well-being. They've learned that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Rest is not weakness, it is fuel. They listen to their bodies, nurture their minds, and protect their hearts. They understand that to truly thrive, they must honor the vessel that carries their spirit. And as we near the end of this journey, remember this: successful people never speak the language of excuses. The words "I can't because" are not in their vocabulary. They take ownership of their choices, their actions, and their lives. They know that blaming others or circumstances only delays growth. Responsibility is their mantra, and through it they find freedom. Finally, successful people never stop learning. The world is a vast and endless library, and they are forever students. They listen, they read, they question, and they grow. Knowledge is their companion, and curiosity is their guide. They understand that stagnation is the enemy of success, and so they keep moving, evolving. Now, my friend, I leave you here, not with answers, but with questions. What are the things you hold on to that hold you back? What burdens are you carrying that could be set down? And more importantly, what choices will you make from this day forward? The path to success is not hidden. It is before you, waiting for your steps. All you need is the courage to begin. The essence of success is not carved into the fabric of luck or privilege, but in the subtle choices woven through every moment. To understand this, you must first realize that successful people never surrender to the illusion of permanence in failure or success. They know life ebbs and flows like the tide, and nothing is guaranteed to last forever. They embrace impermanence as a teacher, a reminder to remain humble in triumph and steadfast in struggle. But let's take this further, because success is not just about resilience, it's about clarity. Successful people never let distractions pull them away from their purpose. The world is a noisy place filled with glittering temptations and endless rabbit holes that promise excitement but deliver emptiness. They don't scroll endlessly through distractions or fill their hours with trivial pursuits. Instead, they guard their time like a treasure, investing it only in what matters most. Time, after all, is the currency of life. And successful people never spend it recklessly. They don't overcommit to every invitation, every project, or every fleeting opportunity. They know the power of saying no, not as a rejection of others, but as a commitment to their own priorities. Each no they speak is a yes to their vision, a safeguard for their energy, and a boundary for their peace. Peace is an elusive treasure, isn't it? But successful people protect it fiercely because they know its worth. They never entertain negativity, gossip, or drama. They don't get entangled in the web of other people's chaos or allow toxicity to seep into their lives. Instead, they cultivate environments where growth, kindness, and authenticity can flourish. They choose their battles wisely and let go of anything that does not serve their higher purpose. And oh, how they protect their purpose. You'll find that successful people never lose sight of their why. The world may try to distract, discourage, or dissuade them, but they hold on to their reason like a lighthouse in the storm. Their purpose is their anchor, their compass, their guiding star. It gives them the strength to persist when the road grows steep, and the light to navigate through the darkest night. Persistence, though is not blind, successful people never confuse busyness with progress. They don't chase tasks for the sake of looking productive or fill their hours with meaningless activities. Instead, they work with intention, knowing that every action must align with their larger goals. They measure their success not by how much they do, but by how much they achieve that truly matters. What truly matters? For successful people, it's rarely just about accolades, wealth, or power. They never define success solely by external markers. Instead, they look inward, asking themselves, am I living in alignment with my values? Am I making a difference? Am I becoming the person I'm meant to be? They understand that true success is not a destination, but a journey of continual becoming. In the journey, they never underestimate the power of gratitude. While some focus on what they lack, successful people celebrate what they have. They count their blessings, however small, and let gratitude fuel their spirit. Gratitude, they know, but gratitude doesn't mean complacency. Successful people never settle for less than they deserve or desire. They aim high, dream boldly, and refuse to accept mediocrity. They know their worth and are unafraid to demand it from themselves, from others, and from the world. They see challenges not as barriers, but as stepping stones, each one lifting them closer to their potential. Potential is a curious thing, isn't it? It's boundless, infinite, waiting to be tapped. Yet successful people never let fear of their own greatness hold them back. They don't play small to make others comfortable or dim their light for fear of being judged. Instead, they stand tall, embracing their gifts and sharing them unapologetically with the world. And as they share, they never hoard knowledge, success, or power for themselves. They understand that true greatness lies in lifting others. Successful people are mentors, collaborators, and supporters. They don't compete from a place of scarcity, but create from a space of abundance, knowing there's enough success to go around. This generosity extends to themselves as well. Successful people never neglect the importance of self-compassion. They don't berate themselves for mistakes or dwell on their shortcomings. Instead, they treat themselves with kindness, recognizing that failure is part of the process and that growth requires patience. They are their own cheerleaders, always striving but never punishing. Striving, however, does not mean striving alone. Successful people never isolate themselves from the world. They build strong, supportive networks, surrounding themselves with those who inspire, challenge, and uplift them. They understand that success is not a solitary pursuit, but a collective effort. Yet, even within this tapestry, they never lose their individuality. They don't conform to the expectations of others or shape their lives to fit someone else's mold. Instead, they embrace their uniqueness, knowing that authenticity is their greatest strength. They walk their own path, even when it's lonely. And trust. Let's not forget about trust. Successful people never doubt the power of faith, whether in themselves, their vision, or something greater. They trust the process, even when the outcome is uncertain. They believe that every step, every struggle, every triumph is part of a larger plan unfolding in perfect time. Perfect time, however, is not a waiting game. Successful people never procrastinate on their dreams. They don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect conditions. They act now, knowing that perfection is an illusion and that progress is built in the doing, not the waiting. Action, though, is always tempered with reflection. Successful people never rush headlong without pausing to assess, to learn, to adjust. They take time to reflect on their choices, their actions, and their outcomes, always seeking to improve. Reflection is their mirror, their map, their guide to becoming better each day. And so they never stop evolving. They don't cling to outdated beliefs, habits, or ways of being. They let go of what no longer serves them, embracing change with open arms. Growth, they know, is the essence of life, and they welcome it as a friend. In this ever-changing journey, successful people never take shortcuts. They don't compromise their integrity or values for the sake of expedience. They understand that true success is built on a foundation of honesty, hard work, and perseverance. Shortcuts may promise quick rewards, but they rarely lead to lasting success is what they seek, not fleeting victories or hollow wins. They never lose sight of the bigger picture, the legacy they wish to leave behind. They think not just of today, but of tomorrow, planting seeds that will grow long after they are gone. And so they walk this path steady, purposeful, and unyielding. They stumble, yes, but they rise again. They face storms, but they stand tall. They make mistakes, but they learn. They are not perfect, but they are persistent, and in that persistence lies their greatness. Success, like a river carving its way through rock, is a slow and deliberate force. It doesn't rush, doesn't boast, and doesn't falter when the obstacles rise tall. But here's the secret. The river shapes its destiny not just by what it carries forward, but by what it leaves behind. Successful people understand this principle deeply, embodying a wisdom that transcends mere ambition. They know that while the world praises the visible triumphs, it's the invisible discipline, the quiet refusals, and the silent choices that truly define their path. Let me tell you something profound about the choices they make. Successful people never waste energy holding on to the past. They do not dwell on what could have been or what should have been. Regret is a heavy chain, and they refuse to carry it. Instead, they face forward, knowing that the past is unchangeable, but the future is a canvas yet untouched. Every moment spent lamenting yesterday is a moment stolen from the brilliance of tomorrow. And when it comes to energy, they are masterful stewards of their own reserves. They never burn themselves out chasing perfection or trying to please everyone. They understand that their energy is finite, like the oil in a lamp, and they burn it wisely. They rest when they need to, retreat when necessary, and never apologize for honoring their limits. In doing so, they achieve more, not by doing everything, but by doing the right things. What are these right things, you might wonder? Successful people know that the right things are not always the grand gestures or the big leaps, but the small, consistent actions taken every day. They never dismiss the power of the seemingly insignificant. A single step forward, repeated daily, can cover miles over time. They trust in the compound effect, knowing that their diligence will pay dividends, even if the results are invisible at first. They never let their egos drive their decisions. The ego, with its insatiable hunger for validation, can lead even the brightest minds astray. Successful people recognize this and choose humility instead. They admit when they are wrong, seek guidance when they are lost, and celebrate others' successes as fervently as their own. They see no shame in learning from someone younger, less experienced, or different from themselves. To them, wisdom has no hierarchy. It can come from anywhere if one is willing to listen. Listening is a skill they hold dear. Successful people never let the noise of the world drown out the voice of their intuition. They understand that the mind can be cluttered with external opinions, societal expectations, and fleeting trends. But the heart, the gut, the soul, these are the true compasses. They make space for stillness, for introspection, for the whispers of their inner wisdom to rise above the din. This inner wisdom tells them another vital truth. Successful people never let fear of judgment dictate their lives. They know that no matter what they do, someone will always have an opinion. They refuse to let these opinions shape their actions. They stand firm in their choices, secure in their purpose, and at peace with the knowledge that they cannot please everyone. They live authentically, unapologetically, and in alignment with their core values. Values are their North Star, their unwavering guide. Successful people never compromise their integrity for short-term gains. They don't cut corners, cheat, or manipulate to get ahead. They understand that true success is built on trust, and trust is earned through honesty and consistency. A foundation built on deception will always crumble, but but one built on integrity stands the test of time, how they respect it. Successful people never let procrastination rob them of their potential. They don't wait for the right time to act, for they know that the right time is now. They break their goals into manageable pieces, tackling them step by step and never allowing the enormity of a task to paralyze them. Action, no matter how small, is their mantra, their method, their magic. Trust, my friend, you wait to do just the tiles. You will never tread break. And while they act, they never act recklessly. Successful people never make decisions in haste, especially those with lasting consequences. They weigh their options carefully, consider the long-term impact, and trust their instincts when the path is unclear. They know that rushing into something without thought can lead to regret, while patience often reveals the best course of action. Patience also reveals another truth. Successful people never chase happiness as if it's something to be found outside of themselves. They understand that happiness is not a destination, but a state of being cultivated from within. They don't tie their joy to possessions, achievements, or external validation. Instead, they find contentment in these connections. Oh, how they treasure them. Successful people never underestimate the power of relationships. They don't take people for granted or treat them as stepping stones. They nurture their bonds, invest in their communities, and lift others as they climb. They know that success is sweeter when shared, and that the support of others is not a sign of weakness, but a source of strength. Strength, however, is not always loud or visible. Successful people never mistake vulnerability for weakness. They are unafraid to show their scars, share their struggles, and admit their fears. They understand that authenticity fosters trust, and trust is the cornerstone of meaningful relationships. They are not afraid to say, "I need help," or "I don't have all the answers." In their vulnerability, they find connection, resilience, and power. Power, to them, is never about control or dominance. Successful people never abuse their influence or use it to diminish others. They see power as a responsibility, a tool to create positive change and inspire growth. They lead by example, not by force, and use their platform to amplify the voices of those who cannot be heard. In amplifying others, they also silence a critical internal voice. Successful people never allow self-doubt to paralyze them. They have moments of uncertainty, as all humans do, but they push through, trusting that they are capable of learning, adapting, and succeeding. They don't let the fear of failure stop them from trying, nor do they let past mistakes define their future. Instead, they see mistakes as stepping stones. Successful people never shy away from failure because they understand that it is a necessary part of growth. They embrace their missteps, analyze what went wrong, and apply those lessons moving forward. To them, failure is not an end, but a beginning, a doorway to wisdom. And in this pursuit of wisdom, they never stop questioning. Successful people never accept things at face value or blindly follow the crowd. They are curious, inquisitive, and always seeking to understand more deeply. They challenge conventional thinking, explore new perspectives, and innovate boldly. Their curiosity is insatiable, their hunger for growth unquenchable. This hunger extends to their dreams, which they pursue with unwavering focus. Successful people never dilute their goals to fit someone else's vision or settle for less than they desire. They aim high, not out of arrogance, but because they believe in their potential. They don't let the fear of failure or the magnitude of their aspirations hold them back. They take risks, push boundaries, and defy expectations. Yet they remain grounded. Successful people never forget where they came from or the struggles that shaped them. They carry gratitude for their journey, for the lessons learned along the way, and for the people who supported them. This gratitude keeps them humble, reminding them that success is not a solo endeavor, but in all of this, there is a profound simplicity. Successful people never complicate their lives unnecessarily. They focus on what truly matters, cutting through the noise to prioritize what aligns with their values and goals. They know that simplicity is not about doing less, but about doing more. And so they move through life with purpose, not rushing, not hesitating, but steadily climbing toward their vision. Each choice, each action, each moment is deliberate, a reflection of their commitment to becoming the best version of themselves. They understand that success is not a destination, a prize, or a fleeting triumph. It is a way of being, a way of living, and a way of giving back to the world in a way that matters. Successful people understand that the journey is not always linear, that progress sometimes comes in spirals, setbacks, and unexpected detours. Yet they never lose faith in their ability to move forward. They accept that uncertainty is part of life's fabric, a feature rather than a flaw. They don't demand that every step be perfectly illuminated. Instead, they trust their instincts to guide them through the shadows. This trust in themselves and the process is what gives them the courage to take bold leaps into the unknown. They never underestimate the importance of adaptability. Change is inevitable, and successful people understand that rigidity is the enemy of growth. They don't cling to outdated methods or resist innovation out of fear or comfort. Instead, they welcome new ideas, adjust their strategies, and pivot when necessary. They see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity to evolve, improve, and refine their vision. Adaptability, however, does not mean compromising their identity or principles. Successful people never sacrifice authenticity for approval. They remain true to themselves, even when the pressure to conform is immense. They don't dilute their ideas to fit the mold or silence their voice to appease the majority. They know that their uniqueness is their strength, and they wear it unapologetically. This authenticity draws others to them, creating connections that are genuine, meaningful, and enduring. Endurance is a quality they cultivate with intention. Successful people never give up easily, but they also don't persist blindly. They know the difference between perseverance and stubbornness, between fighting for what matters and clinging to what no longer serves them. When a path proves unfruitful, they don't see it as a failure, but as a lesson, a redirection towards something better. They let go with grace, knowing that releasing the wrong thing creates space for the right one to arrive. Letting go, however, is never done in bitterness. Successful people never harbor resentment, grudges, or envy. These emotions are heavy, and they refuse to carry them. They celebrate others' victories instead of comparing them to their own journey. They recognize that everyone's path is unique, and that someone else's success does not diminish their own. By letting go of negativity, they free themselves to focus on their growth and joy. Joy is not something they chase externally, it's something they cultivate internally. Challenges, after all, are inevitable. Successful people never seek to avoid them, but rather to face them head on. They don't waste time wishing for an easier road or complaining about the obstacles they encounter. Instead, they focus on solutions, drawing on their resilience and creativity to overcome whatever stands in their way. They know that every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. Capable as they are, they never confuse strength with invulnerability. Successful people are unafraid to ask for help, admit their struggles, or lean on others when needed. They understand that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a bridge to connection and collaboration. They surround themselves with mentors, allies, and friends who uplift them, and they are just as generous in offering support to those around them. This generosity is a hallmark of their character. Successful people never keep their knowledge, resources, or opportunities to themselves. They mentor, share, and contribute, knowing that true success is measured not by what they achieve alone, but by the positive impact they create in the lives of others. They believe in the power of collective success. where lifting one person inevitably lifts the whole. The collective, however, does not overshadow their individuality. Successful people never abandon their personal dreams or compromise their unique goals for the sake of fitting in. They carve their own paths, even when those paths are unconventional or misunderstood. They know that the road less traveled often leads to the most extraordinary destinations, and they have the courage to walk it alone if necessary. Walking alone, though, does not mean isolation. Successful people never allow themselves to feel disconnected from the world around them. They remain deeply aware of their role in the greater ecosystem of humanity. They see themselves as part of something larger, a community, a movement, a legacy. This perspective keeps them grounded and reminds them that their work, however personal, contributes to a broader tapestry. Tapestries are made up of threads, each one vital to the whole. Successful people never ignore the details, the small actions, and the everyday decisions that ultimately shape their lives. They understand that greatness is built not in moments of grand achievement, but in the consistency of daily effort. They honor their commitments, take responsibility for their choices, and approach even the smallest tasks with care and intention. Intention is what defines them. Successful people never act without purpose or clarity. They don't waste time on pursuits that do not align with their values or vision. They set clear goals, create actionable plans, and move forward with focus and determination. They know that every moment spent without intention is a moment lost, and they refuse to squander their most precious resource. Resourceful as they are, they also recognize that they cannot control everything. Successful people never seek to dominate or manipulate the uncontrollable aspects of life. They accept uncertainty with grace and learn to adapt to the unexpected. They focus on what they can control, their attitude, their actions, their responses, and let go of the rest. This ability to release what they cannot change allows them to move through life with a sense of peace and freedom. Freedom to them is not about doing whatever they want whenever they want. It's about living in alignment with their truth, unbound by fear, doubt, or external expectations. Successful people never let themselves be trapped by the need for approval or the fear of failure. They break free from the chains of limitation, stepping boldly into their power and embracing the infinite possibilities before them. Possibilities, after all, are endless. Successful people never stop dreaming, striving, or believing in what could be. They are visionaries, creators, and pioneers, constantly pushing the boundaries of what is possible. They are not content to simply exist. They aim to thrive, to leave a legacy, and to inspire others to do the same. In the intricate dance of life, success is not defined by chance or fleeting triumphs, but by the discipline to rise above distractions, limitations, and fear. Successful people are not extraordinary because of what they do, but because of what they refuse to do. The habits, mindsets, and choices they leave behind in their pursuit of purpose. They understand that success is a reflection of character, built upon authenticity, integrity, and resilience. It is a journey of listening to intuition, embracing failure as a teacher, and maintaining focus on what truly matters. They honor their individuality while uplifting others, finding joy in the process rather than the destination. In the end, their greatness is not just in the goals they achieve, but in the lives they touch and the legacies they create. Their refusal to compromise their values is what makes their success enduring and meaningful.